Hey guys, what's up? My name is Kodiibear and welcome to another Escape from Tarkov video. Today I'm going to be starting a new series called the VOD review series, and basically we're going to be going over deaths that I've had in Escape from Tarkov, and I'm going over my deaths and trying to give myself feedback on what I think I could have done better to either survive the situation or even kill the person that killed me. And I'm hoping to do this not only to help myself learn and get better at the game with like better situational awareness as well as better reaction time, but I'm hoping that people in the comments that maybe are better than me at the game or have different insight into what I could have done better will share, so that not only I can grow, but people that are also watching the video can grow, and we can all grow and get better at Escape from Tarkov together. So this is episode 1, and let's get right into it. Alright, so a little bit of background info about this clip. I'm doing nighttime factory raids to test to see if scavs spawn in with more or better loot at nighttime, because it was hinted about that by Nikita, and that's going to be in a different video. But let's roll the clip and see how I die here. Good meds and shit. Or not meds, just like a shitload of money. No! Fucking way that nade got me, bro. Alright, so right off the bat, one thing that is pretty obvious, but if you're a new player it might not be so obvious, is you heard a grenade land that metal sound like right next to me. Scavs can be pretty damn hardcore with their grenades. And so the first thing that I could have done to survive this clip is, as soon as I heard that, I should have just ran, because the odds of that grenade killing the scav I was fighting anyways was probably pretty high. And you just need to get the hell out of Dodge when a grenade lands. Part of me was thinking it was a flash, because it's not super common, I feel, for grenades, for scavs to have regular grenades. But so I was thinking it might have just been a flash and I was going to be okay, which was really dumb, and I paid the price for it, obviously. The second thing that I wanted to talk about, though, real quick, is that when I come up here, it's like a shitload of money. So my first peek, I see this guy. I don't see the one behind him. He's kind of well hidden. But you'll see I kind of just do like a lazy spray here, like a hip fire spray, hoping to kind of face him, and I miss with the laser. But this is where I really mess up, is if you look at my crosshair placement, and sorry about this play sign here, but I mean, I'm here and his helmet's right here. Like I'm a whole inch off. So what I could have done that would have really helped this whole clip is if I would have placed my crosshair at head level, which is incredibly important in Escape from Tarkov. I would have face tapped this scav, which would have been easy to do, and then I wouldn't have had to worry about fighting him while the grenade went off. So let's like play it in slow motion a little bit and see what like ends up happening with my crosshair here. So I'm still aimed at his elbow right now. I see the helmet, and I'm a whole inch off here. Still, I could have been eye level and fixed this whole problem. I get up close, but the recoil goes over his head because it's a full auto and I don't control it well. The grenade lands about now, and I panic and full spray the scav, but by then it's too late. So to reiterate, what we could have done better is as soon as we heard a grenade, we should have ran. But something that we could have done to avoid the whole situation was just had our crosshair placement in the correct area and face tap that scav immediately, so that we're not even worried about fighting him as a grenade's going off. Alright, so this is clip number 2, death number 2 here. And some more background information. I'm on customs. I just killed a 3-man squad, but they killed my friend, unfortunately. And so I have all their loot, and I'm sprinting to get to like around this hole on customs. That is a pretty common hole that you can go through to get around to get to the train tracks and start to head to the other side of the map. So let's watch it play out here. Across the other side of customs. I'm dead. Oh no. Alright, so right off the bat, the first thing that comes to mind that I should have done is I assumed that most every player in the area was going to be dead, or that had spawned on that side of customs would not be there, because there's like 10 to 14 players on a customs map, and so I figured that 5 of us all had just fought at the warehouse there, the red one. I was the only one that survived, so the odds of another player being in the area hadn't occurred to me. But that's something you got to keep in mind when you play Escape from Tarkov, and this is a very common custom spawn. They normally spawn at the very end of the train, and it's not uncommon for them to sit in train cars and or you know, around the area, or actually shoot under the train car to try to leg meta you. And when we slow down the clip, that's exactly what's going to happen. So I kind of, the biggest thing I should have done is not just ran out willy-nilly, knowing that there's a spawn. The spawn's right back here, so right at the edge of this train. If you can see, this is the guy right here. He's laying down. And what I could have done, if I were, you know, paying attention, is, and just my biggest mistake was assuming that all the players that would spawn on this side of the map are already dead, because I'm the only one that walked away from this fight, which was obviously very naive of me to think, and I pay the price for it. So you can see him right here. He's laying down, and we get lasered. The reason I did this, the reason I looked under the train, is because it's pretty common for people to sit in these bushes and leg meta. So I was trying to be a little bit you know, think a little bit ahead, but obviously I didn't see him. So so what we could have done, I think, to survive the situation, to kind of like reiterate and just kind of think about it, is just the golden rule of Tarkov. Step 1 is that there's always going to be one more. There's always going to be one more player. There's always one more in the squad. There's always one more scav. There's always one more player scav. There, you know, and so you can't. I just think it's important. And why Tarkov can be so stressful and give you so much anxiety and stuff is because you're constantly have to be on your toes. You constantly have to be like looking behind you, and like, because it's really random. You can kind of predict player movement on the map. Most people run for high tier loot. There's a lot of rats and there's a lot of new players and stuff that also don't. They just kind of are exploring and doing their own thing. So it's really hard to predict movement in Escape from Tarkov. And so the first thing we definitely could have done to avoid death in this situation was not assume that all players in the area were dead. And the second thing we could have done was definitely not ran out willy-nilly, and been a lot more careful about checking our angles and clearing before we just sprint to the next fight. We're going to talk about a little bit about this fight. So we were shooting at some guys across the woods, across the pit here, and I turned my back, and well, let's just watch the clip. Yeah, the fog cleared up all of a sudden, miraculously, huh? Find us! God damn it. Okay, so let's talk about this clip. I'm gonna play it in slow motion. I think if you want to improve at this game, it can be beneficial to get OBS and record your footage and go back and watch it, because my aim wasn't as accurate as I thought, which is one factor in this, but that's not the most important factor. We saw the clip, but let's just play it real quick. You can see. So I see this guy. He's already shooting me, arms blacked. So miss, 2 to the stomach, 1 in the arm, maybe 1 in the chest. But then my aim is pretty sporadic because I have a broken arm, a broken leg, a broken stomach, and I'm hobbling like mad, and this guy kills me. So the first thing that I wanted to kind of talk about in this clip here is that right here I see him. I see him at about a half a second here, but this guy already has the jump on us, right? So what's important to always keep in your mind in Tarkov is where the hard cover is. And the first thing, and I think I did wrong in this, is I tried to ADS. ADS takes up a lot of time in a game where you can die in 0.01 seconds. And so the smart play, and what you should do if you're ever in this situation, is try to get in the habit of pointing your barrel at this guy, suppressing fire, and then moving left towards the rock. If you can get behind the rock, I also, as a side tip, believe you should always bring at least 2 flashbangs and 2 grenades, or 1 of each, or whatever. Just 2 ways to deter people off you. Because if I get behind this rock, I have painkillers. So if he tries to push me, I can flash him or throw a grenade like kind of at my feet or down by the rock, which is going to give me time to pop a painkiller and be able to take a little bit more balance of a fight. So those are the big mistakes I made. Not playing towards hard cover, trying to ADS, and also not using any of the equipment I brought in, not giving myself the opportunity to. I also have my friend in this raid, which he could have helped me. He could have flanked down and right, or he could have come and supported me at the rock. Either way. So those are just important things, and like the really quick decision making you're gonna have to make in Escape from Tarkov to really, I think, bump your game to the next level. We're in labs right now. We decided to bring in some SMGs and just see if we could kind of rat or leg meta some people and get some kills on some raiders. We weren't really looking for PvP that much, but of course we found it, as you can see my dead friend here. But Anyways, let's roll the clip and see what happens.
He's holding the corner. He's right. Point blank.
Dude, I threw a grenade way too late. God damn it. I threw a grenade. Okay. Let's rewind it a little bit. So something that I tend to do in this game, it's definitely not my friend's fault. This is 100% my fault. But he told me that the guy was point blank range, and I didn't really hear him. He had died, and so I was so focused on him dying, and I guess nervous, or you know, gear fear sort of pops in, you know, when you see your friend get dumped. And so I didn't really hear what he said. That's really important information that could have helped me make to help keep me from making the decision that I had made. And so the other big thing is I didn't listen to footsteps very well. Like, Tarkov is 99% audio cues, and you'll learn that the more you play the game. And if you're a veteran, you already know that. But like, let's play the clip, and I'm gonna be very quiet. Let's just like listen to where his feet are as I get the grenade ready. It wasn't bad timing. It was me not listening to my friend, not listening to the audio cues, and I paid the price for it. So let's listen. Listen to the footsteps. He's like literally right here. Footsteps. He's already moving towards me right there. Ah, dude. So I heard it. I heard the footsteps. He was already coming before I even pulled their grenade, and I still did anyways. And again, that's kind of one of those things in Tarkov. It's those split-second decisions that really mean life or death in this game. And yeah, if you're not very good at making those, you'll pay the price. But don't worry, together we're gonna get better. Alrighty, guys, that was my first ever VOD review series. I hope that you learned something. I feel like I definitely did. Again, if you're new here, please leave a comment, some tips for what I could do to get better. I am trying to improve at this game. I played it a lot, but I know I've got a lot of room for improvement. That being said, I also have my socials down in the link below, and please follow me. You don't even have to follow me, just send me a message if you'd like to play, because I play a lot throughout the week solo, and I do enjoy playing duos and squads a lot. I just don't have the opportunity because I don't have a lot of friends that play this game. I kind of soloed this game. So if you'd like to play with me and even do some collaboration and different videos and stuff, if you're a small streamer like me, or even start a podcast, let me know. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, please like, and I'll see you in the next one.